Hey there. Are you peeking in on me? I'm getting some milkweed. Why am I getting milkweed? Milkweed is what I feed my butterflies. Yeah, I have butterflies. This, look at that white all over me. This is the milk from the milkweed. Yeah, they have a name. Makes sense. This is the stuff, this white stuff. It gets really sticky after a while when it dries. It's almost like glue. But this is what the butterflies eat in order to become a poisonous entity so that no predators want to eat them. The milk is actually poisonous, and that's why they have yellow stripes to warn off predators. And as a butterfly, they have the orange stripes to warn off predators, that they don't taste very nice. So I am just getting my beautiful little leaves here. I've collected them. And this is my garden. That's where you found me. I planted this year. And I am so happy because we've had some eggs laid. And we've had some amazing cool things because we've had some butterflies join us right when I was there. So I'm going to go inside. Do you want to come inside? You would like to come inside too, Spike? This is Spike. He's my buddy. Okay, you want to come inside? Too hot out here. Okay, let's go and feed the butterflies. Okay? So let's go inside. Oh, hang on a second. We can do this. There we go. Okay, in we go. Oh, okay, maybe we can make it nice and quiet. And it's quiet in here. This is my daughter. She is the other milkweed grabber.
Hunter, too.
Hunter, yes. I actually have called it field work now. So when I'm outside, when I'm in the field doing some really cool things like bending over and looking for bugs, I call it field work. And people look at me funny because I'm sitting there with cowboy boots on and whatever clothes I have on, whether it's booty shorts or a long dress or jeans or a skirt, who knows. So we're going to have a little look here. Here we have, let's see, there was a egg on here. This is the last egg that we had. And somewhere on this is a little baby, but I have no idea where. I'll have to look later. I want to see him so badly because I know he's in here. Because I see where the egg was. But I can't see him, so we'll look after. Okay. Oh, look at that. My assistant is going to have a look. Okay, so I'm going to show you some really cool things that I have. Now, I've got some babies that they're the smallest little thing, like literally the size. Oh, I can't get this open. I'm going to see if I can find my pen because I had a really cool pen. It was my purple pen, and it made it really easy to be able to see the size of the little critters. So I've got my little critters here. See down in here? See? This is just a normal container that I use. And they're in here. It's just, they're so small. Like, I mean, tiny, tiny. Like the size of the tip of a pen. And when they eat the smallest amount of the leaf. And that's why I grabbed just the tiny leaves, because I figured it was not worth grabbing bigger leaves because they don't really eat very much. They make like the tiny little hole. Yoo-hoo, where are you? They've all been eaten. Where'd they go? Oh, there's one. Okay, so let's see if you can see this. You can see the shape of it, but you can't quite see exactly Yeah, no, because it's in frontal view and I'm doing this way, you can't see it. But I can turn it around. So how about I do that? If I can figure that out, I don't know. In fact, I know you can't, because once you do it this way, you can't do it any other way. So that's okay. We'll just do it the way we can. So this is this little creature. Maybe if I get him really close. No way. But you see how tiny he is? That's how tiny he is. And that one is the cutest little creature around. I don't know where I'm... Oh, there's another one. I can see his spots. But like I say, you can see how tiny they are. Hello, Spike. Okay, now definitely you can see. So those are the very early ones. So what happens is, Mom comes, she lays an egg on the bottom of the leaf. She flies around, and what she does is on the leaf, on the underside, she just sticks her tail under and deposits an egg. And then she flutters away. Mom has like about 100 eggs inside her. So she's got 100 plants to visit because she's smart. She doesn't lay all of her eggs in one area, just so that she creates the best environment for optimal survival. Because if one milkweed patch gets wiped out, then not all eggs are wiped out. So she puts them in all different spots. So it's very tedious to find these little tiny little eggs that are the size, literally size of the ball of the tip of a ballpoint pen. Smallest little thing. But they're so cute when they come out. Oh my God, they're adorable. Okay, so let's see. Now in here, in this one here, you can see that the leaves have all started to dry up. That's what happens. So that's why you have to keep putting in new leaves. There they are. Look at that. Look at those beautiful little creatures. You still can't, it's not very focused, especially since he's moving, but he is incredibly tiny. You can kind of see he's eating. Actually, no, he's wiggling his head back and forth, which is how they spin their webs. So he goes back and forth and back and forth, and they will do this to spin a web on top of wherever they are, and then they attach themselves. And it's like a silk thread. And they attach themselves so that if a wind or something comes along and they fall, guess what? Parachute! Lifeline! And they just land, and then they climb up the silk again. So, and then there's another little guy up there. And see that little hole? That is the hole that he will be eaten. It's not very big. Just to give you a bit of an idea. There. Okay, so these guys, those are ones that have been maybe a week old. So I'm just going to put some new leaves in it, and you can see, oops, you can see in there little black dots, and that's their poop, which is fabulous compost. We use it all the time. Okay, so now, after they have been in the egg phase, they go to the caterpillar when they are born. And then after they're born, for 14 days, they become a caterpillar, and then they grow and grow and grow, and they get to be probably a good 1.5 inches plus long. Then what they do is they spin that same silk from the top of a branch or a leaf or whatever, and in my case, here in the controlled environment, they spin it on the roof or the top of all of the containers that we have. So this is what it looks like. How fabulous is that? Look at the gold specks that you can see. And, oh, where did you go? Where'd you go? There we are. Look at all those spots. Now, these gold specks that you can see at the bottom, right? Oh, I don't know. Right at the very bottom ones, that's where his eyes are located because he's upside down. So he will hang there for 14 days. And then on the last day, the green part becomes clear and he emerges. Now, when he emerges, he's in this shape. These are the wings. Not very clear on camera, but that is what he looks like. He's the most beautiful little tiny creature. It's amazing. So when they emerge, they do is they open their wings a little bit, and their abdomen is full of fluid. And this is another example. See its abdomen, that's the back of his back and his head and his wings. Now these wings are not opened yet. They're not inflated. What he does is he pumps the liquid and the fluid from their abdomen into all those little black lines. And he pumps and pumps and pumps, and then he learns to flutter his wings, and he flutters them like this. And once they're dry, which takes a considerable amount of time, we're talking hours, he pees and poops, flutters, and then he's ready to go. Once he has peed and poop and his wings are completely opened and he'll be hanging upside down, then he is ready to go. We usually put him in this container here. And then he can flutter around in there. And sometimes they come out first thing in the morning and I'm not awake. So the night before I will put them in there because I'll see that they're black. And in the morning, poof, a beautiful butterfly to wake up to. So, what do they look like? Is that what you're asking? If you've never seen a monarch, then I'm going to show you now. This is what my passion is. I get tingles every time I see these. And when I go out, this is what I'm hoping to see. This little creature, it's so beautiful and so delicate yet so strong, and just the discipline that they have to lay the eggs. And then some of them, when it comes to the fall, they actually take off and they pick up their bags and they move to Mexico. What? They move to Mexico? Yes, they do. They fly to Mexico. Not all of them make it there, I'm sure, but they're flying over bodies of water. Like, look how big this creature is. And it's flying over, like, the Great Lakes and huge, vast amounts of land, all the way down to the States. And then, now it takes 2 generations to get to Mexico. They will winter there for 5 months. I like that idea. I want to be a butterfly. But then it takes 2 generations to fly home. So 4 generations round trip and 5 or 6 months. Then they come back up here, and what do? They lay eggs and they die. The monarch butterfly is only alive for about, maybe 2 to 6 weeks. Depends how long that they, tragedies that they run into and the weather and who knows what else. But 2 to 6 weeks isn't very long for mama butterfly to lay those 100 eggs on all different plants in order to have optimal safety and security and survival. Wow. That's like, give her a kudos. So, now this here is a boy butterfly. How do I know? You're asking, how do I know? I'm not looking there. I'm looking at these 2 dots. See those dots right there? That means it's a boy butterfly. Hey dude, how's it going? We have had mostly boy butterflies this year in 2017. I can't tell you what we've had in the past, but so far this year it's been mostly boys. We've only had one girl, and I wasn't here to see her. But that's okay. I can imagine what she looks like. So those two spots are called scent sacs, which would be equivalent to the boy parts. Shh. Spike loves the butterflies a little too much. Now, I do have another butterfly here that is a female. Now, we're not able to see it because she is folded up, but she is a female, and you can see how her wings are tattered. There's actually no color at the very bottom. She's got wider stripes or veins, and she's tattered because she's been flying around forever trying to get rid of her, not to get rid, but trying to lay her eggs so that they can, become little butterflies. And that's how you know a butterfly is older, is because their wings, the color is faded in their wings. Now with this one, you can see the antenna, which is really kind of cool too. Okay, let's see. What have I not shared with you? I'm trying to think here. So they're an egg. They are born. The baby, that is like minuscule, eats the egg for nutrition, lives for 14 days eating the milkweed, which then makes them poisonous to ensure their survival. They are a caterpillar for 14 days. They then hang themselves in a J formation. What's a J look like? Like that. They hang themselves on the top of something. They become this green blob, which I will not explain, but they shed their skin and become the green blob. The green blob is like that for 14 days. The last day it becomes black, and the next day we have a butterfly. Boom, butterfly comes out. It's a boy or a girl. Boy, 2 dots. 2. Girl, a whole bunch of eggs. They live for 2 to 6 weeks. They fly around. They repopulate. They pollinate. They look beautiful. Late fall, they take off and they go to Mexico. 4 generations to get there and back. They're in Mexico for about 5 months. Now, the question is why am I so passionate about these creatures? Well, not only are they beautiful, but they're headed to be endangered. Because with the habitat loss, with industrialization cutting down all the milkweed, and I've seen it myself, and that's why I've planted my milkweed garden, there's a problem, as well as insects. Insects actually eat the eggs. I've had that happen to me. There have been eggs on my plants, and then they're gone. Heartbreaking. So you got nature that is making sure that they aren't super popular, I guess. I don't know. But it's nature's way of controlling. And then there's climate change. The weather. The weather, the wind, the rain, the hurricanes, all the above. The cold weather down in Mexico that killed thousands upon thousands of them, all where they winter in trees and they hang in the trees and they're all dead. It just happens. So what can you do? My suggestion is go out there, educate yourself, get some milkweed, plant the milkweed. Milkweed is, once you get to know what it looks like with its beautiful flower, then in your area, dig some up. Their roots usually go from east to west, so they are a little bit difficult, but you can also collect the seed pods. And
they have a beautiful pink flower.
Oh,
and it smells amazing.
It's decadent. It's absolutely decadent. Now, I do believe that I have some milkweed husks hiding somewhere. Yes, I do. See? Right here. So I'm going to show you quickly what the pod looks like. Oh, it's bright out here. Okay, so on the milkweed plant, this is the pod. Now, these pods are green now, but they will turn brown, and that's when you want to harvest them. You can harvest them in the fall and take all these little silky tassels out. The little brown spot is actually the seed, the tassels, which are fuzzy little fly in the wind. This is how it pollinates, or it goes everywhere. And it won't get off my hand, but they fly everywhere, as you can see, and they self-seed. The wind is going to self-seed these for me. But you just take them and you plant them in your garden. Plant them anywhere. Plant them in the backyard. Plant them in your front yard. Wouldn't it be beautiful to see a butterfly like in your front yard? Why not? So that's my passion. I love butterflies. I live for butterflies. They are the most natural thing. And you want to talk about organic? Organic meaning true. Organic meaning real. That is what a butterfly is to me. True, real beauty. So, from my house to yours, enjoy life. That's all you got.
Bye for now.
Bye.